Hi everyone, this is Laura, and today I would like to share with you a project I just finished. And this is going to be my entry for my style stamps that is created and founded by COLEBYS1981, who is Nicole. If you guys want to check out her YouTube channel, I will have a link in the description box below. I will also have a link to her blogspot and also her exhibit store. And honestly, guys, I hope you really do check out her stamps because they are the cutest. I myself could not resist, and I'm waiting for my style stamps to come in the mail, and I can't wait to get my hands on them. They are just adorable. She sells them at a super reasonable price. I've seen lots of girls use them on YouTube already, and they're really nice quality, um, and just gorgeous. I mean, you will. I'm telling you, you're gonna love them. Just check out her exhibit store. In any case, Nicole, I submitted a project already, and it was a layout, and it was for the coloring aspect. And Nicole is looking for design team members, guys. So if you guys want to also try out for that, she basically gave us free will. You can create whatever you want. Um, just showcase your paper piecing, coloring, and scenes, how you make whatever you're making. And I think that's really what she's going to be looking for overall. And as I was saying earlier, I had already submitted something for the coloring part and the scene part, and I really didn't do any paper piecing in that project. So I decided, since I was working on a card, to submit one more entry. And this is going to be my entry, um, more showing paper piecing than anything else. Um, I also wanted to share a little tip with you guys on this card, and I will get to that part in a second. First, I wanted to show the stamps that I used on this. I used this one on the inside of the card, and I used that sentiment and that flower there. For the paper, for most of the paper piecing, I used my Prima Doll stamp, which is this one right here, and I just love them for paper piecing. And I also use my lawn fawn stamps. I use the cloud, the big one and the little one, and I also use the kite and this part right here of the kite. And I use the Prima Sweet Fairy paper stack, one of my favorites as well. Um, what I wanted to show you guys was, and I don't have, oh yes I do, hold on one second. I did share this little tip many moons ago here on YouTube, but I just wanted to show it again because I do have a lot of new friends and subscribers. Since I started my channel over again, I know a lot of you guys get this stuff, right? Tissue paper. When we get racks in the mail or when we go to the 99-cent store, I just, to be honest, I recycle my tissue paper. I can't even tell you when was the last time I bought tissue paper because I save every bit of it in racks, and I try to open my package carefully for this purpose. When I am making, when I'm spraying anything with my Lindy sprays or my Glimmer Mist sprays, not too long ago I was making some flowers, and I have one of the flowers that I made right there. I have a very big box that I use when I'm spraying, and I line my tissue paper on the bottom of that box. See, tissue paper. And it captures all the excess of all this shiny, beautiful goodness. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but look at how beautifully sparkly, shiny. The colors is that watercolor effect is amazing. I love it. So what I like to do is when the paper I feel has taken as much misting and shine as, well, when I get it to the color that I want, when I think it's pretty enough to use, what I do is I create a card, and on the card what I do is I just Mosh Posh, create a card base, and I Mosh Posh and I layer all that tissue paper on there. And I don't know if the camera's actually gonna capture all the glitter and the sparkle, but I just Mosh Posh that all onto my base. I did it in the front as well. I layer the tissue paper and then I add 2 coats of Mosh Posh on top of that. Once it is completely dry, and it will be textury, and that's my whole purpose of doing it that way. I like the texture and the bumps and the beautiful watercolor effect of the sprays. Then what I like to do is I rub my distressed inks right on top. And I don't know if you can see that, but what I did with this card was I rubbed peacock feathers, and I also rubbed seedless preserves, and I just rubbed it all in, rubbed it in real good. Then for the bottom, I added some of this ribbon. I also added some beautiful bling, and then I paper pieced, and let me get my little pointer. I paper pieced this part of her dress, and then I paper pieced the little pockets. I also paper pieced this portion of her dress and the headband in her hair. I mounted her on pop dots. I distressed all the edges with black soot. I put some bling on her little shoe clasps. I also added some bling to her neckline and to this little ridge on above the pockets to her dress. I colored her hair with my pro markers, and I also colored in her skin with my pro markers. And usually with these dolls I'll just stamp it on a very light pattern paper, but for this card I decided to color her in. On the back you're going to see another piece of the paper. It's actually the same paper I used on her skirt, and I just used my Martha Stewart doily punch there. I have these beautiful sequin butterflies that I added some crystal flower blings to the centers. And then I know I have a really bad glare. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm trying to film. I'm actually filming this at night, so my lighting is not that great right now. But I'll try my best here. Don't know if you can see, but the kite, which is this little sucker right there. Well, this kite I also paper pieced. I stamped the image on white cardstock, and then I also stamped it again on all different pattern papers, and then I just cut the little pieces apart, glued them back together, and added a little rhinestone. And then to the white card base that I cut out on the die, because I do have the die set for this stamp set, I colored in the corners of what would look like to be a stick in brushed corduroy distress markers. And then to the clouds I just lightly distressed them with the peacock feathers as well, and you can see on the edges. To the little tail of the kite I added some little teeny tiny pearls, and I also colored that in milled lavender, which is not showing up too well. On the little flower, this is a flower that I made. I added some leaves, and then I also decided to hang a little charm off the flower, so I just added some lavender string and tied a little bow, and the recipient of this card can just untie the bow and then have the little trump to use in a project if they want. And then on the inside of the card, I just stamped the flower as a background all over the card. I then added some purple bling to the centers. I have these little charm and belly stars that I have there. And I put some blue turquoise flat back pearls in the center. I have this beautiful trim here, this fluorescent trim. I have a piece of lace and some more of that fluorescent rickrack trim. And I have some little purple rhinestone hearts. And that's my card, Nicole. I hope you guys like it. If anyone has any questions in regards to my card, please leave it in the comments below or send me a private message and I will be happy to answer any and all questions. And guys, if nothing else today, when you see this video and my project, try to give this technique a shot. It's a really nice way to create something different out of something you probably would have thrown in the garbage anyway, because I know lots of us probably used that tissue paper in the box technique when we use our sprays and when we color stuff. And why not take those papers and make a little mixed media card out of it. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a blessed weekend. Bye for now.